Let's click on the Office button up here and see what that lets us do. As I click on it, you'll see that it brings up our commands that we've already explored, but it also gives me the option to set Excel options for my whole Excel environment. So let's click on that and see what it gives us. What this allows you to do is it lets you set up the working environment that you're going to have for Excel 2007 to be very personal to what is important to you and the way you like to work within the application. This popular screen that I see here allows me to take and enable some different options for working in the Excel environment. Let's take a look at some of the top options for working with Excel. You can show your mini toolbar on selection, and this is an example of what that means. That's talking about the pop-up boxes that come as you hover over different areas and different commands of the environment. For those of you that are brand new to working in the Excel spreadsheet, this may be a handy feature. For those of you that are seasoned veterans of working in Excel, this might be more of a nuisance than anything. So you can simply deselect that option by clicking on the checkbox there. But for examples in our movies, we're going to leave it on. This Enable Live Preview is a really interesting and really powerful option that I think you'd like to leave on, and we're going to explore in subsequent versions. And this gives you the view of what you're going to be changing on your spreadsheet without having to save it. In previous computer applications, you had to save the information, reopen it, take a look at it, and then if you didn't like it, you'd have to remember what it was that you did to get back to the previous spot. In this live preview option, as you hover over the information, you get to see what it looks like. So it shows you how the feature that you're thinking of changing will change the document that you're looking at. For the versions that we're working in, we're not going into the Developer tab ribbon, so if you don't mind, I'm going to leave that one off. You also have your formatting options, what kind of fonts you want to use. What is the default view that you'd like to see in your spreadsheets? Is it the normal view that we've been looking at most often in our movies so far? Would you like to look at the page break view or the page layout view? For those of you that these views are a little bit new to, don't worry, we'll be seeing them more later. You can also personalize your copy of Microsoft Office. If we take a look at the Formulas tab, it allows you to change the different options, the calculating options, how you'd like to work with formulas. Would you like error checking turned on so that it tells you you've made mistakes in your formula creation right off the bat? And what kind of rules would you like to put on those? Again, for the more advanced users of Excel, you could come in here and customize things to your heart's content. For those of you that are brand new, I'd go with the defaults. Under the proofing options, you can identify whether you'd like autocorrect options set right off the bat. What does this do for you? Well, if we click on the window very quickly, if you're like me and you're not the best speller in the world, you may want to place your most commonly misspelt words in here. So for example, if I always spelt received with the E before the I can change it to the I before the E and place it in. And you'll also see that there's other commonly misspelt words in my list right away. You have your different save options under your save commands. How would you like to save the work when you click on the save button? And here's the My Special Auto Recover. Do you want to save it every 10 minutes so that you never really lose your information? This is a godsend for those of you that are brand new to working with computers. You also have the ability to customize the visual appearance of your workbook. We also have some advanced options, and again, these are for the people that are very, very used to working with the Excel spreadsheets. You can change your editing options. You can work with what you would like to do with copying and pasting, change some print options, work with your display, looking at your formulas, so you can see that there's a lot of information that you can change here in your worksheets. This customized screen might be familiar to those of you that looked at our previous movie on how to customize the Quick Access toolbar. It also presents for you here under the Excel Options menu. The last three options, the Add-in, the Trust Center, and Resources, are for more advanced users of the spreadsheets. Add-ins allow you to select different add-ins that you would like to manage within the Microsoft Office environment. The Trust Center gives you some security options for those of you that are setting up securities for organizations. And Resources allows you to identify when you'd like to set up your update checks, how you can run diagnostics, and how you can get in touch with Microsoft. That's it for setting up the Microsoft Office environment. Now let's get into actually working and modifying with your worksheets into Chapter 3.